Alright, folks, this is Acid Roots. I'm going to review in a little bit Post Malone's August 26th mixtape. So,
Yo, did you get to review Beer Bongs and Bentleys yet?
I got it right here. It's going to happen.
Nice.
Post Malone's pretty dope. I'm going to start with his mixtapes. We're going to get that done. This is Cyan, folks, YouTube. He makes cameos every now and then, but, it's in good shape. We're going to do that. Alright, folks, so this is Acid Roots. I'm going to talk to you guys about Post Malone's debut project, August 26th. Now, the name of this mixtape was because he was going to put out the album Stoney on August 26th of 2016. And I know I'm a handful of years late to the table as far as like getting this project out, but I don't know. I've listened to I didn't really pay too much attention to like SoundCloud stuff, and mostly because most of those guys were like 5 or 6 years younger than me or more. And but throughout the past several years, I've been hearing a lot of Post Malone on my local radio. I've been hearing songs. Of course, I hear Rockstar, and I'll hear Better Now and Psycho and a few songs like that. But then off his most recent release, I just figured it was probably about time to start adapting to him being one of the faces of new grounds music. So I wanted to start with like his debut and stuff, and so obviously this is decked out. It kind of shows you it's a brief sample of what he would decide to do later on. It didn't really seem like there was a single associated with it, but one song, Money Made Me Do It, made it onto the deluxe of the album Stoney. So it's kind of, Post Malone is kind of like a white version of Nelly. He does more hip hop. He sings most of the time. He's not spitting bars, but it kind of has like flavor to it just because it's like everyday music. It's not just uh, you know, trying to sing on the hook and that sort of stuff. I mean, if you picture Drake, but just kind of having a more rock star and mellow kind of trashy kind of vibe to him, I would say that that's essentially Post Malone. And I said in an earlier video on Acid Roots that it kind of reminds me of Walmart music, but this album right here, if if the album Stoney is like Las Vegas, this would probably be like St. Louis or something, St. Louis, Missouri. Just comparatively, the fact where it's still, I guess you could say, lit music, but at the same time, it's not nearly as turned up as like some of these albums get. And it's really no problem with that. I like the fact that mixtape songs have enough flavor to them to actually get some things started, but because it's free music, you never truly get to see people cut loose on that sort of thing. But for what it's worth, I mean, this is decent music, just kind of going to Taco Bell type music, going to Walmart, getting some clothes at Target, some shit like that, going to a strip mall or something, just a lazy, mellow kind of day. I felt like that's the kind of stuff that Post Malone kind of does more often. And there's really only 10 songs. So on top of that, you have to look at it and just kind of say, to me, the second half is kind of the lousier half. I mean, he tries like some rock stuff, and just Hollywood Dreams kind of samples Fleetwood Mac, and some of those are. I mean, Post Malone's big enough to do it at this stage, but it seems, I don't know, somehow maybe it seems like he's doing too much. But I'll talk to you about some of the highlights. Basically, out of the first 5 songs, the first 4 that you hear are pretty kick ass. And to me, it seems kind of separated into like 2 stages. Like Never Understand and Get With You, to me, are the best songs on this project. I think Get With You can almost keep up with the newest song that he released, Wow, which came out like early last year. And then Never Understand is pretty close to that also. Rockstar, Wow, the more club and outgoing songs that he did, like 3 of them on this project, and they're above average, you know. And when I talk about whether or not the production is like fantastic, I mean, it just has a lot more of a danceable, outgoing feel to them. So the outgoing songs would be Never Understand, Get With You, and then Monty with Lil Yachty. All three of those for mixtape vibes actually pick up the pace rather well, and plus it's free, so there's really no reason. It just depends upon your taste as far as how you look at some of that stuff. I mean, if you're wanting like a DJ Mustard beat or a Dr. Dre style beat, or like something, some cases Mike Will made it, someone who has a regular album club music kind of person, it's not really on there. But I mean, it sounds surprisingly contemporary, which I think is good. I mean, it's not surprisingly like I didn't think he can do it, but just considering that this is like a new genre almost, in terms of, I mean, trap was not new, but it just kind of came off as trying new things with the genre. That this is kind of the thing. So, but then also there's like some daytime trap music, and I kind of found that weird because I thought about it, and I was kind of like, well, what makes Money Made Me Do It and Goddamn different from like Never Understand and Get With You? And it's kind of, I think about it, it's really not the concept of pulling up to some club or getting ready to have yourself a night. I mean, it sounds more like just going through the day, just getting your shit done, get the bills paid, that sort of stuff. And Money Made Me Do It. I mean, they're just simple. The beats are not outstanding. I really didn't like Money Made Me Do It's beat at all, but it kind of reminds me of like the mellow vibes from White Iverson off of the Stoney album. And it's the same with Goddamn. I mean, both of those kind of do that. But that's the thing. I mean, it makes me wonder why Post Malone just didn't pick like better production. But I think that was kind of the point, as in it's like, hey, you have to kind of let things filter out and kind of exfoliate a bit, and not every single day is like getting turned up. But so those are just some of the highlights. So those were 5 out of 10 that I wound up liking. But to talk about a few of the other ones, the "Fuck" song, which is essentially an R&B. I don't know how I feel about Post Malone doing that kind of R&B like Jeremiah does. It was kind of arguable whether or not it was actually worthwhile. I think there could have been a better beat on there. I mean, to think if he can do pop rap like this, he should probably be able to do R&B just like Usher. But once again, you'd think he was doing too much. And it's the same thing with Oh God, that's a rock song. And then Hollywood Dreams is kind of trying new things also. So yeah, so those are just a few of those. But so I'm gonna give this mixtape. Like a 6.5 out of 10. Just because for free music, the fact that there were 5 songs that are pretty listenable, that could basically, fill up a disc just for like intro party music and kind of getting ready to get things started. Maybe not like your 11 o'clock at night music, but maybe like your 7 o'clock at night music. That just kind of feels like how some of that would work. And I like the idea behind that because, with typical nights out, you don't start with the hardest song out of the lot. I mean, sometimes, but, not always. That just happens to be the thing, is just that sort of thing. But, so yeah, I enjoyed this project. That was kind of the situation about it. It was just me trying to talk about the fact that it was a fun listen. It wasn't a chore to kind of review and that sort of stuff. I mean, I really didn't care about the lyrics needing to be too tasteful. I mean, really, with singing, anyways, it's not like you're trying to rhyme multiple syllables like that. So it's a breath of fresh air for what it was. I know Post Malone gets a lot of flack for having like tasteless songs, but that's kind of the point, just because there weren't people like him like this beforehand. I think he actually has more of an edge to him than Drake does, and he's a little bit more relatable than Future. So both of those traps rappers that do that sort of thing, he's just kind of like, the poor man's or the white man's version of like just trap music. And in some cases, these people that fuck with them can very well just work at like a grocery store. It's that simple. Everyone has to get, turned up in their own way. So that's kind of the thing. But yeah, so 6.5. I guess the social score would just kind of be like you know, a 3 just because it only had one single. But I think Made Me Do It. Money Made Me Do It was like the song that probably made the most noise, but it's not the best song in my opinion. So good to check out. Worth digging through to find your favorites, because I guarantee most of you will probably find 3 or 4 that you like, so it's worth the download easily.